What's shaking, BookTube? My name is Cam. Fresh meme. Welcome back to another video. Welcome. Today I've done a haul. I haven't done a book haul in quite a while, but I'm doing one today. And you know, it's one of the good old ones. It's a bargain book haul, so it's pretty cool.
Got him.
Roll the intro. I was walking home from work the other day and I happened upon a store, watched over by a mysterious older man. And he ushered me inside and he said, "Young man." I don't know where I was going with that one, but basically I happened upon a store and they were selling $1 everything. So it wasn't just books, it was like toys, all that kind of shiznit. And they had a lot of books as well. All of them brand new, so not secondhand. I thought for $1 the books are going to be trash, but I've got time, I'll look through them anyway. And I looked through and there was actually a lot of good ones. Books that at the very least I know are worth a hell of a lot more than $1 brand new. So naturally I bought 18 of them. You know, it was actually a bit of a workout getting them home. Yeah, check this out. But no, I bought 18 books and they kind of span over a couple of different genres, that sort of thing, so I'll just show you now, if that's okay. Number 1 is The Travelling Companion by Ian Rankin. The thing is, it isn't really by Ian Rankin, it was kind of rewritten or ghostwritten by Ian Rankin. The reason this book was interesting to me is because the actual manuscript for The Travelling Companion was written by Robert Louis Stevenson, you know, did Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, that kind of thing, but this is something that was never actually published by Robert Louis Stevenson. So Ian Rankin took it upon himself to do that, and just put his name on it. To be fair, the first page does tell you the actual truth of the matter, but still. Come on, Ian. Next up is The Return of the Thin Man by Dashiell Hammett. This is kind of like a noir crime fiction, which is, I love it. I love it. It's just a novella, but the good thing with these novellas is that you can kind of read them out of place with the other books in the series, and it doesn't really matter. Kind of like Sherlock Holmes with the crime mysteries, how you can just read them whenever you want, and you don't need context beforehand. After that, almost in the same strain, I have Dominion by Peter McLean. Long story short, this is about a kind of race that live underground in tunnels called the Elementals, and they're getting killed off by another type of creature. Something that they only refer to as the Rotman. And basically the main character in this is sort of like a Constantine character. Well, his name's Don Drake, which is a fucking cool name, by the way, but he also has a sidekick kind of character called Trixie, who is a fallen angel. But imagine kind of like the Winchester boys from Supernatural, but a bit different. They investigate and fight the Rotman, I guess. Then I have The Leftovers by Tom Perrotta. This is kind of like a mystery based in the aftermath of an event where just a whole shit ton of people have just gone missing. They've just vanished, disappeared. Just an interesting idea. And you know, it's something that's been done quite a lot in a lot of different strains. Like, I mean, for example, Stephen King's newest book with his son, Sleeping Beauties, is kind of the same thing. Everyone wakes up one day and all of the women are in these cocoon things asleep. It's close to becoming a cliche now. It's working its way up there to being a cliche where everyone wakes up and some drastic difference has taken place. But you know, for now, I'm happy to ride that wave. After that, I have Birdie by Jess Valance, and this is a bit more vague in what it's about, or at least from the synopsis. And it's about a young girl, Frances Bird, who is a new kid at a school, makes friends with a girl, and from what I gather, she ends up finding out some stuff about this girl that raises some mysteries, and I'm hoping the direction that this book goes in is that it's sinister, and it's kind of scary at some points. I'm hoping it's along those veins. Otherwise, honestly, I don't think I'll be very interested in it. This next book might be the one I was most excited to find for $1, because it's the one book in this stack that I actually already had in my Amazon cart, and I was literally about to buy next pay for like 20 or 30 bucks or something. And I found it for $1, so I'm pretty stoked on that. The book that needs no introduction, it's The Hate U Give, and I'm not even going to say anything else, because I guarantee you already know what it's about. This will be one of the first books I read from this haul because I've been wanting to read this for so long, and the hype over it and the critical acclaim, it's gotten me pretty hyped. Then we have Paper and Fire by Rachel Kane. This one sounds pretty interesting, sounds a bit unique. It does sound like a YA, typical kind of story of a young girl going on a quest or an adventure to stop some kind of corrupt government. But basically, the idea of it is that all of the world's knowledge, aka books, are kept by this organization and restricted from people, I suppose, to keep them dumb and to control them in that way. So her quest, I'm gathering, is to make the knowledge available for everyone. Hashtag relatable, am I right? Children of Eden by Joey Graceffa. I didn't realize until after I bought this that this is actually a book by a YouTuber, which in itself isn't a problem or anything. But from memory, this is the book that Peter from Peter Likes Books, the channel which I absolutely adore, doesn't like at all. And you know me, I'm gonna read it myself to formulate an opinion anyway, but it has kind of pushed it down the list of books I want to read as a priority, just because apparently it's just not that great. But again, I'd like to get my own opinion on that. And again, kind of a YA story of a young person escaping a corrupt authoritarian government. This one I'm pretty excited about. It's called Out of Heart. It's about a boy who's quite close with his grandfather, and his grandfather dies and donates his heart to another kind of young man. And those two young men come together as a result of that and, I suppose, become friends because they've got so much other personal shit going on. Like, the one that receives the heart apparently doesn't have really any family or friends and is quite lonely. And it just sounds interesting. Landscape with Invisible Hand by M.T. Anderson. This one sounds kind of just weird, actually. So it's a book about an alien invasion, but instead of the aliens coming to Earth to destroy and fight and all that stuff, they come to Earth and replace pretty much all of our technology, make our jobs redundant, all that kind of stuff, and it's the result of that and the fall as a result of having this advanced technology that does everything that we would normally do through jobs. Sounds kind of familiar, actually. You remember the episode of South Park where all the aliens come and work for minimum wage? Things kind of like that, except instead of working for minimum wage, they just gift the humans their technology.
They took my job!
They took your job!
They took our jobs! Then we have the books that are, I suppose, middle grade books, and I'm not ashamed of that whatsoever. Book of Storms and Color of Darkness by Ruth Hatfield. Young boy discovers a root that he can hold, like root from a tree, and he can hold it and communicate with nature, and I suppose goes on a journey or quest as a result of that. No True Echo, Gareth P. Jones. New kid at school, makes a bunch of new friends. Mystery, same old, same old. I'm a sucker for it. The World of Grimm by Paul Collins and Danny Willis. Again, just another middle grade quest adventure with a lot of monsters, all that kind of stuff that I just freaking love. I honestly think there's no shame in reading middle grade books, to be honest. I mean, I read books for the story. It doesn't really matter to me whether it's easier to read than an adult novel. Who gives a shit? The Heart of the Sea by Nathaniel Philbrick. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the book that was made into the movie with Chris Hemsworth, where he ended up losing a shit ton of weight to be a castaway on an island. But basically it's the story that inspired the story of Moby Dick, so that's pretty interesting. You know, ship crew hunting a whale damages their ship, they become stuck on an island, and the story goes from there. Now we get into the books that are less fiction, more real life kind of thing. This first one, I'll admit, I rolled my eyes a bit when I saw the title. It's called Digital Vertigo: How Today's Online Social Revolution is Dividing, Diminishing, and Disorienting Us. Reading that title, it kind of seems like what a lot of grandparents say nowadays about Facebook, about how it destroys social interaction, which I actually completely disagree with. I honestly think the world's more socially connected than ever before. I believe there is a real result of people feeling lonely as a result of social media, but to summarize it in one little paragraph, weird, long title like that, nah. But the reason I picked it up is because I want to see what their argument is. I'm always down to have my opinion shifted or changed, or maybe even solidified, so I'll give it a chance. The Writer's Adventure I'll be honest, I normally hate books with tips about writing stuff. I just prefer to go to video and online for any education I get on topics I'm passionate about. But this one did kind of catch my eye because it's got in it, I suppose, activities, but things that are meant to strengthen your writing. And I don't know, for $1 I figured, fuck it. And last but not least, you may already know if you've seen some of my other videos, I've mentioned it a few times, oddly enough. It doesn't really have anything to do with books. Actually, I don't know why it's been mentioned a few times. And I'm not talking about Prince, as in Purple Rain Prince, although I do love that Prince as well. Big fan of Prince, love him. Purple Rain is absolutely my jam. But yeah, anyway, I'm also a big fan of books about musicians and stuff. I've got like the Peter Criss one from Kiss, I've got Slash, Led Zeppelin, full Guns N' Roses biography. I've just got heaps, so I found this one, and I was very quick to add it to my collection. Prince, Purple Rain. Clever AF title, by the way. Done by Mick Wall, and yeah, I love Prince, but I know nothing about his actual backstory, so I'm actually really excited to read this. This will probably be very high up on the list of stuff I read, in order of priority on this, probably after Hate U Give. Yeah, that's it. That's 18 books. Holy crap, that was a mission to get through. I'm gonna be honest with you, my camera died a bit through there. Piece of shit.
Job!
I'm okay. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. I hope some of these books looked interesting to you, and yeah, let me know what you think. As always, thanks for watching. If you want to, hey man, if you want to, maybe do the thing. Maybe even do the thing. And I'll give you a big old kiss if you follow me on the thing. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Catcha!